Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to Maximum Libertarian live here on Rumble, YouTube, and X. I'm joined today by the one and only Dean.
I'm here.
So how you doing today?
It's a joyous day. Yeah, right. Government's reopened.
Right. And let's first, so as many of you might not know, many of you probably do know if you even clicked on this channel here, the government has decided to reopen. So that's a good thing, right?
Yes and no.
Okay. Uh, so have you looked into it any about what they were getting out of this?
The ACA going another year. Funding through January at least.
Well, it's funding through January, but all they got was a promise for the ACA to possibly, well, not possibly, it will be voted on, whatever this little thing is. So let's pull up the CNN article real quick. Let's see, share screen. Once again, this is very much like I remember my grandfather once talked about, he was in, I asked him, I said, because he was a coal miner, and I said, were you in the union? And he said, no, I quit the union. He said that back in the day, they said, everybody go on strike. So everyone went on strike, and then they didn't get paid because we're striking. And then all of a sudden they get told, all right, we've agreed to the contract, go back to work. And that was and what they got was exactly what they got exactly what was first offered, you know.
Yep.
Now I might be wrong here, but let's see, the Senate has agreed to reach the deal to extend government funding. A major shutdown is poised to end. I believe when I was coming on here, I think I saw on YouTube, like, one of the live things from C-SPAN. I think they've already voted on it. You could probably go in there and check if you want.
I can do that real quick. Let me take a look.
So it says that they're voting now to break a Democratic filibuster on government funding legislative key step. Let's see, at the least 8 Democrats, centrists, reached a deal with the White House and the GOP to open up in exchange for a future vote on extending Affordable Care Act subsidies, according to 2 people familiar with the discussion. So once again, it makes you go, why were they that was their big line in the sand. We cannot go any further. So my question is, why did they go further? Why did they now? Is it because the election's up?
Exactly what I was going to say, because this is what I said before. It's probably going to happen, and it's exactly what happened. They haven't voted on it yet.
Yeah.
There's no scheduled vote on it, but they've reached the agreement. That's what this says.
So. All right. So what the CNN article is saying, they've reached the agreement and all that good stuff. So it makes once again, it makes you just go like, what was this for? So it was all a political
stunt,
dog and pony show or political stunt, as you said, and it's sad
because yes, who suffered? The people.
There you go. Now, on the screen, I'm frozen in one spot. I just want to make sure you can still hear me, correct, Mundo?
Absolutely, can still hear you.
All right, so I guess at some point I'll catch up with myself, and you'll see me moving around. There, see, look at me moving around all of a sudden. Let's see, if you go down here, while the Senate works on a potential deal, the effects of the shutdown is still being felt across the country. When Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, he restricted, I don't want to say restricted, but he cut some of the flights, but by percentages, like 10% this past weekend, correct?
Correct, because they need to.
So then it says, the reduce, air traffic. Duffy told he believes air traffic will reduce to a trickle ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday as airlines continue to implement FAA mandated flight reductions. USDA orders the Department of Agriculture to order states to stop issuing full stamp benefits and immediately undo steps taken to issue assistance from the program from November as government shutdown drags on. It is what it is. I mean, at some point, when will the voters start saying, this is a call? This is all caused by the theater, as
Correct.
you said, it's stunt. So, at what point is the voter going to say, "All right, I'm tired of this. I want you want term limits. I want government out of my life, not in my life, but I want
Yep.
government out of my life."
The quicker the better on that one.
Well, that in reality, that's not going to happen. We have learned that, and I wish I could remember who. It might have been Tim Pool himself on his podcast last week. He said, "Those that want to win will always beat those that want the government just to leave me alone." So if you're in that category of, I just want the government out of my life, you've truly got to start voting for people to keep the government out of your life, if that's what you want. Now, if you're saying, I'm happy with this, I love when government gets in my checkbook, I love when government gets in, man, you're on the winning track right now. Am I right?
Absolutely. The winning team. Keep on going.
Yes. And what about, I mean, and now what you're saying, did you see, I think it was earlier today, Donald Trump made the announcement that because the tariffs have been so successful that almost all Americans are going to get a $2,000 check.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm still skeptical on that myself.
What's making you skeptical? And then throw out the whole, I'm skeptical of it, but tell me, like, what do you think? Doesn't that seem weird?
Yeah, to me, it's odd, because why would you have tariffs and then pay the people back?
Yeah.
It's just another.
we got a $38 trillion debt.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And this was brought on to you by the Democrats and the Republican Party. Bottom line, I wish I could sit here and say that the Libertarians absolutely. I mean, I can't. No, yeah. See, I wish the Libertarians could take part in this stupid. The only thing Libertarians can do is go. We like to bite our big toes off. We grab our legs, bend them up to our mouth, and then just bite the hell out of our feet.
Exactly.
Because we do not want to have a real successful shot at this, even though the American people are not happy. Because and tell me when you talk to people, typically, how does it go? If you talk to the average Democrat or Republican, do they sit there and give you a 30-minute speech about how bad their party is, and then they will give you, to end their statement is, you've got to go vote for my candidate in the party that I've just been telling you how bad they were?
No, I don't hear that much at all.
You don't hear that? I hope you're being facetious.
Yeah, I am. I'm joking.
All right.
All the time. Jesus. That's all I do is bitch and complain.
That's all they do. Complain. Then when all of a sudden, then what happens is, okay, well, grand. They're now doing. But here's Donald Trump giving away $2,000. Good job. And don't worry. It's not a socialist thing or communist, and we're worried about that, but we'll march right into Social Security and the ACA and all that good stuff. I think libertarians, we need to get rid of regulations. There's a lot of things that we could be pushing to help. The Obamacare hasn't helped anybody. It's hampered more than helped.
I think the best thing that's happened during this whole shutdown is all those IRS agents getting shoved out of the way.
Well, yeah, yes, IRS, well, that's a whole nother story. But when it comes to let me back up. I do know people that have used Obamacare and like, hey, if I had not had Obamacare, I wouldn't have been able to have insurance, and I needed a heart operation. I needed this. So in turn, but it's the government doing the whole meme of they break your leg and then they give you a crutch and go, aren't you glad we're here? You know,
they're the ones that broke your leg. Just remember that.
Yes. So what we should be doing as libertarians, we should be trying to make sure we have a true free market and not have issues where we're giving these subsidies to the insurance companies. And then in turn, they give us big bills and we still get lackluster healthcare.
Yep.
And the $2,000, that's ridiculous. He's going to be sending that out, supposedly. We'll see.
Yeah.
I guess he's trying to get on the good side of the American people. But I figured since the Democrats played their game with shutting the government down, you figured that the government would have kept that he would have played his game and gave out the things right before the election. Or maybe, I assume.
It's unbelievable. They both play games and it's just getting done. Stupid.
So real quick, let's see. I'm trying to see how many minutes we've been bebopping and all that good stuff. I don't see
about 13.
What's that?
13.
Oh, there. Look at that. Yeah, you're right. So another thing that I wanted to talk about real quick while we were live is the gerrymandering inside that many states and our glorious Commonwealth has decided to let's start redistricting
again.
Even though the voters here in Virginia said let's have a constitutional amendment where a bipartisan commission will go along and they'll circle out make the CDs, the congressional districts. The Democrats are pushing all steam ahead to redistrict. So we're going to have we have 11 congressional districts here. We're going to go down from however it's broken down right now. They're going to gerrymander it to either 10 Democrats, 1 Republican, or it'll be 9 Democrats, 2 Republicans. I haven't heard which route it's going to go yet. I actually talked to my delegate, Sam Razul, and of course, maybe I've told this story already to people, but the delegate said he voted for this thing because, one, there's multiple steps to it. So you pass the bill, it goes next to it goes next to the voters, and then I think it goes to another election, and then they can do it. It's like a 4-step process here.
Well, they got their way.
And he was like, and his statement to me was, well, it's only going to happen if they keep doing it. And I thought that, well, that's stupid. But then he goes, I told him, I said, this is ridiculous. It's asinine. It's a horrible mistake. I don't like it when the Republicans do it. I don't like when the Democrats do it. And I know the Democrats have been doing it. I know the Republicans have done it in different spots. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. Well, it is something I can do about it, to vote against anyone that wants to do it. Well, Sam's like, well, I'd vote it's just to let it play out. And it's like, no, if you know it's a bad bill, you've got to vote against it. You know what I'm saying?
And stay and vote for something that you don't agree with.
Correct. When you look at ACA, Obamacare, and you go back in 2010, they knew it was a bad bill. But what do? They've told their base, okay? They've told their base, this is what we got to do. oh, we're leading to Medicaid for all or whatever, Medicare, for all, whatever, be it here, whichever one. They put up these bad bills and then they continue to vote for them. Well, Sam, he voted for it. And so in turn, I wish he would have got voted out this past Tuesday. But of course, the wise voters of Virginia, they like blue better than the other color, which the gentleman was running as an independent. But so whatever color that is,
Purple.
He lost by about 9,000 votes, or if not more. But it is what it is. It's an uphill battle. It's very much you hobble yourself. Sam also refused to do any debates. He didn't do any forums. So in turn, the candidate, his opponent, I mean, he really needs to have. If you run, you really got to sit down and think. All right, well, I'm going to run one time, and you're going to get your name out there, but you got to have a strategy planned out.
Exactly.
But I mean, look at the lieutenant governor. He tried to shame the now governor-elect to have a debate with him. She would not show up. So my question is to voters, why would you give your vote to people that can't even defend their record? She is a sitting member of the House of Delegates. Sam Razul is a sitting member of the House of Delegates, but he will not defend his record because it's bad, or he's afraid he's going to get caught in a gotcha moment, and the Republicans or whoever, one of their PACs will take that clip, cut it out, and put it on the television screen.
The funny part is they say, vote blue versus red, but at the end of the day, most of these Democrats are turning red, socialist red.
Correct. And so I just posted on. Now, my question to you, this is where this whole diatribe that I was just, blathering about leads, because me and you have both posted stuff. Now, you posted on your Facebook page a comment, and we'll get to yours. But under mine, all I did was put the party that pretends to say they want to protect democracy is really cool with like gerrymandering tactics. And I had so many people call me names, really run me down. Now, at no point have I said that they think I assume they believe I'm a Republican because I'm against this gerrymandering tactics. But they were saying that Trump led me off a cliff. Well, it's only fair when, your side was doing it first.
Yeah, I think we're Republicans because the same happened to me.
I am shocked, and I shouldn't be shocked, but I was really shocked and dumbfounded by so many people being okay with cheating. I mean, that's all this is. Because I told Sam, and let me just tell you this, and my mind is going and it starts running, and so bring me back if I don't. When I started talking to him about the gerrymandering tactics of this redistricting, he said, I'd made a comment. I said, I also don't like ballot access. He talked about open primary and ranked choice voting. Which, of course, if you haven't watched, I spoke with Stephen Richardson from Open Primaries. I think it's .org, but you can look at one of our videos. You can hear about ranked choice vote or open primaries if you don't know nothing about it, or you can just type in Google searching open primaries, and you will see some interesting stuff. I told him, like I said, we need to have. Because I said there was no one on the ballot for me besides the independent that was running against Sam. There was no one there for me to vote for, and I said that's ridiculous. I said ballot access. I said the money is just completely out of whack here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But what do you talk about when you posted your stuff? Now I saw multiple people post to you, and the multiple people sign up to you. Um, what did you do? Real quick, we're going to bring up this gentleman. Let's see, here it is. It's Jordan Light. Yo, hey, Brian and Dean. I signed up to volunteer for Spike Cohen's organization. Always be a libertarian. You are absolutely correct. And what you're doing is exactly what needs to be done. The days of us saying, sitting back and just hoping they do right, you have to get active, even if it's just a small thing. For instance, Dean here, he ran for office on what, 2 occasions, right? 2?
Exactly. 2
Okay.
occasions.
And but you have to get the message out. If you don't do that, then you go to work a table. You do things to get the message out there. And what he just getting over there with Spike Cohen, who was an excellent. We are the power, I believe, is his organization. Excellent. He's a great spokesman for the Libertarian Party, and I wish you the best of luck with whatever you are doing. So go ahead, Dean. Talk about what you posted and like the comments that you were getting.
Well, I post multiple things. I don't agree with what the Democrats were doing for the shutdown. Yes, it's both their faults, but Democrats were more at fault. So I would say a couple things that, call them what they are. They're socialists. They're doing things to hurt the people. I was just saying about hurting people and stuff, and I get hit hard about by Democratic people specifically about how horrible I am, how socialism is so great, and all this other stuff. We're not in Venezuela, Cuba, or Russia. We're not communists and socialists. That's not what the United States was formulated for. You might have that opinion, and if you defend your opinion well, so be it. There's a guy that's on my Facebook. His name's Kyle. He's very smart. He's a socialist, but he's very smart, and his debates are very good. But God forbid, these people, including people of the that were, maybe I don't know if they still are, members of the Libertarian Party and the left end of it, were attacking me too, calling me a Trumpist, calling me a Republican. I'm not a Republican. I'm a Libertarian. I might believe that some of the things the Republican Party is doing is correct. I think some of the stuff they do for the LGBT community and all that on the Democratic side is great. So don't call me what I'm not. I'm just pulling the facts out there, and my opinion is as good as anybody else's opinion. But to attack somebody on their beliefs is not cool. I know how to defend myself. I have thick skin. I ran for office. I've been a fireman, the whole 9 yards. I have thick skin, so I don't let that get to me. And I have a few people that are Republican on there that will, defend me too. And then they would get the funny part was they would get into arguments over things with each other. So it just broke down. If I didn't answer, like if I got done answering, I just get the left and the right start arguing with each other that are friends of mine. I'm not defriending any of them. They're good people. I went to school with one guy. He's a Democrat. His name's Matt. He's on my Facebook. His politics are all screwed up, in my opinion. Good dude, though. But just his politics are screwed up, and he thinks socialism's great. So he can enjoy his socialism in the state of New Jersey. I just don't believe it. I mean, we have a guy that's now a governor of New York City who's a known Democratic Socialist communist person that is going to run that city into the ground. And guess who's going to be on his coattails? AOC and the rest, Bernie and all the rest of them. If you didn't notice, Bernie Sanders was getting all socialist towards the end. I mean, he was already socialist, but he was really speaking that socialist message. That's the future of the Democratic Party taking over, is AOC and its socialist wing. Listen to some of, what's his name, Kennedy, that's in the Senate. He has some pretty funny stuff, but it's true. He read a whole list of bills for really weird stuff that Democrats want in there. And he's right. They're his friend. He said his friends that are Democrat are scared of the new Democrats because they're socialists. So
Right.
we know who's taking over that party.
But the problem is the Republican Party isn't even doing anything to fight them.
No, because we have the MAGA wing of the Republican Party and the socialist.
I don't know what a MAGA wing is. I mean, it's just they're ineffective. I like Rand Paul. And I mean, look, and even there's things that I could probably disagree with the guy about. And I like Thomas Massie, and they might vote more in different aspects. There's a lot of things that I'm going, okay, well, they're supposedly going to protect my gun rights a little bit better than the Democrats. But as Michael Malice said, what is it? The only difference between Democrats and Republicans is Republicans drive to socialism at the speed limit.
Good idea.
You know, and I'm 100% sure I butchered that statement, but it was something to that nature. Because really, what has the Republicans done for people? They are in charge of the Senate, the White House, and the House. And it's a high probability next year, this time, we're going to be sitting here talking about how it's now the Democrats are in charge and we got Trump there, and it's going to be 2 years of a lame duck president.
So here's a funny thing, right? Nick Freitas, I was saying, he's a good guy for in our state, but here's the issue there too. I like to bring this interesting subject up. Did you see anything from the Republican Liberty Caucus during this whole thing?
No.
Funny.
But
we're supposed to be saying for liberty, right? We jumped over there for a reason, right? So what's the point?
Well, for what it's worth, it's going to take some time for if they were to really make any type of chance. So I wouldn't expect immediately, hey, we're now the Republican Liberty Caucus and you change. But I will say that I believe you'll have to correct me. When I was talking to Steve Nikala this past Wednesday, who will be back, we're setting up a new date for him because he had to jump off his kid came in, and family comes first.
Well, because of what was going on with my mom, so it's everything came together that way for a good reason, I guess.
So, but he made a comment, I believe it was him, who said that some of the Republican Liberty Caucus, I don't know who, I didn't ask, but might be trying to come back now. Because, look, let's be honest, I was there, we're going to take over the Republican Party in the 94.
Yeah.
And then, you've seen it over. If you come in to make changes, they will step on your neck and you will not make any changes. Now, for whatever reason, Democrats will roll over, and not that they are perfect, but they will stand behind one another for no matter whatever the issue. He gets in trouble for being a slumlord, and they'll rally around the guy. When Clinton got impeached, they were in the Rose Garden standing behind him. But be it here or there, I would not expect to go over there and immediately make it a strong thing. But reality is, they're not going to make anything. I've seen it with the Tea Party. They got hijacked, and the Tea Party dissolved. And so your best bet is to truly, and like I told Steve, I guess I should call him the Chairman Nikala. He's never given me permission to call him Steve, but like I told him, our goal needs to be stick with principle.
Yep.
We can't drop our principles. Sometimes I get it. It's, you're getting the $2,000 check and you're getting Social Security and you're getting this and that. But sometimes you've got to look at it and go, if I keep taking it, then it's, or whatever the case might be, we've got to, I understand my mom can't just go back to full-time work. And I know, like, you've got family members that probably are getting on Social Security, already retired. They can't go back to full-time work. But I know my niece, who's 20, about to turn 21. Okay, she would have more of an option or a chance if she could get out of the Social Security system now and put that money into somewhere other than, because the dollar's dying. It's not, the purchasing power's gone. You know what I'm saying?
I have an idea to do what to do to the Trump checks if you're a libertarian.
What's that?
If just a quarter of the libertarians that are registered or in the party became lifetime members at $1,500, that helped the party out.
Or here's another thing: if you want to go that, you could go and give them a lifetime membership. But what does that really do for you? You know what you could do? Go on and sign up. Just don't do a lifetime membership. Just be a member of your state and national party. That's the first two things you sign up. So whatever state, if it's like we're in Virginia, then go to your state convention in 2026, become a delegate, then use that money, fly out there to Grand Rapids. If you're going to start spending the money on the libertarian, be a delegate. That's where you can make your changes. The party is made up of those who show up.
True.
When we sit here at the house, and I can tell you how bad Nick Sarwark was horrible. Oh, Angela McArdle was horrible. I can sit here and tell you that, and I can give you examples. But you know what? Instead of complaining about them, why not work hard to help them succeed? Because if they succeed, the party succeeds. And then number two, if you're a delegate, you go there, you can vote for the person that you think can run the party the best and the vision that they have. But that's a whole, so you could do that. You know,
absolutely.
That's what I would probably do before I buy a lifetime membership, because if something was to happen and tomorrow the libertarians make me mad and I'll walk away, cool. I mean, I walk away, but I hope they never go away. But I'm never going to be a guy that's going to slide a bomb underneath there, a glitter bomb, not a real bomb, but you slide underneath the party and blow it up and then go, hi, now what are we going to do? You need infrastructure for candidates to run, for people to go out and get active. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's it. I wanted just to come on. The government is back open. Congratulations, everyone. We didn't get nothing except, I said we got Jack. We're actually we might get $2,000 thanks to these tariffs.
What the hell?
Thankfully, they're working so well. But like I said earlier, this is how you fix the problem. Get active. If you are a good person, get active in your community. Get active with your party. Help them grow. That's what I think really bothers me sometimes. If people, I don't want to be a candidate. I got skeletons in my closet. I understand it costs a lot of money and a lot of time. But do you know how to work social media? How do you know how? That's how you fix this issue. But we're on a train going, 100 miles an hour, and the train track's about to run out, and we got a cliff, and we're not on the train like from Back to the Future 3, where we're going to hit 88 miles an hour and pop into 1985 or whatever year you're wanting to go back to. But that's the case. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, Dean, we're done with tonight. Thank you all for watching. Please go to Maximum Libertarian. If you have not followed us on X, on YouTube, or subscribe to us on YouTube, on Rumble, follow us there. That's how you can help us. Comment on these videos. That would be a wonderful thing. Oh, we got another one. Jordan once again said this. I apologize for missing your thing here. Yes, exactly. I would save enough money for Grand Rapids and be a delegate and make my voice heard at the convention. Dean, you have my vote, bro. Well, there you go, Dean. You can run for office again. Vote Libertarian is important. Yes, absolutely, sir. You've got to vote. You can't keep rewarding bad candidates with your vote. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Dean, do you have anything to say besides announcing that you're running for office again?
I'm not running for office again. Thank you very much. W, Brian.
All right.
I've done my due diligence for that. I don't mind helping the party out, but Jesus, it takes a lot of strength to do it. Doing it the number of times that I did it, and the crap that I got back for it. It's a great experience, but there's a lot of stuff that goes along with it. So you have to be really prepared. So, but
right.
If you want to run, it's a rewarding thing.
All right, kids. Thank you once again for joining us. If you haven't, like I said, MaximumLibertarian.com. Go over to where you get us on where you get your podcast, and I put up the interviews, and I'll put this with the Steve Nikala because it was only like 15 minutes this past week. So be on the lookout. Steve Nikala's coming back. Angela McArdle has agreed to show up. She's coming to fight the system. Once again, I'm hoping to get some more guests. And until next time, I am Brian. That's Dean. And we ask you to please get active, get involved, family first, stay centered, my friends. Until next time, see you later. Goodbye.